WTF Beauty, where we test out the beauty world's weirdest, wackiest, most WTF beauty products. I'm gonna be trying out the Subtl Beauty makeup stack. This is an on-the-go, touch-up type of makeup stack where you can just toss it in your bag and use it whenever you need to. Each stack is catered to the individual's needs. Because you can build your own stack on Subtl's website, there is no set price. You kind of just get a final price depending on the items you want in your stack. I first saw this product on Messy Jessie Beauty's channel. She did like a whole in-depth review of the stack and seemed to like a lot of the products in it, so I really wanted to try it out myself. But I am somebody who just does not touch up ever. Once I put my makeup on, it's on. If I'm ugly by 4 p.m., I'm ugly. I go home. That's pretty much it. So maybe this little stack could honestly do something to help me with that. I think part of the reason why I hate touching up is the idea of me having to drag all of my products with me all the time, everywhere I go. So I just don't do it. I'm gonna be testing out the stack on how well it applies, what's the shade range like, longevity, and also, is it as travel friendly as they say it is? We'll see. I'm gonna apply all the products to my face, wear them for 8 hours, and check in with you guys later to give you my final thoughts. Will this stack actually solve all of these problems for me? Maybe. Let's find out. So first step is gonna be concealer. I have 2 shades. I got the light and the medium just because I don't know which one is gonna look better. I think I might do a little cocktail of both. This is literally oily, greasy frying pan. It's so weird. It's very creamy. It's just like so thin. It seems to be blending just fine. Yeah, okay. That's a good sign. Everything's blending together. Oh my gosh. Listen, I have really creasy under eyes, so I need to get some powder on them immediately because I can already see the concealer, because it's so thin and oily, it's sinking into those lines. So let's move on to powder. Concealer so far, really, really good. So I'm gonna move on to the Shine Control powder to set my under eyes. This is probably gonna be a bad idea. I never use pressed powders to set my under eyes, just loose powders, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna set my under eye and actually set my entire face. I think that's a lot of powder. Let me just switch to a fluffy brush and just kind of spread this around my face just to set everything. I am extremely oily, so powder is pretty important to me. Bad things are going on. From afar, it looks really good, like passable, but up close, you can definitely see the creases in my under eyes starting to like separate. Let's move on to bronzer. I also have 2 shades of bronzer. I have the warm shade and the cool shade, which is more to like contoury than the other. I'm gonna do a little mixture of both. I think warm might be exactly the same shade as my skin tone. Oh my God. I can see it starting to appear very subtly, like so subtly. But I like that in a bronzer. I think that bronzer actually applied so well. I love how it looks. What's next? Oh, I have to put on cream blush. I'm gonna move on to these 2 little lip cheek duo things. They're multi-use. You can use them on your lips and your cheeks. That's why they're called lip cheek. Let's move on. I'm just gonna go for Dusty Rose, see how that works out for me. Probably bad. This is really hard because I just put on that powder all over my face like a dummy, and then I put on the bronzer that's also powder. It's fine. Oh my God, and it's not separating my foundation, bronzer, or powder. This blush is incredible. I'm obsessed. My lips are very dry and chapped, so I'm just gonna take the Dusty Rose color and put that on my lips as well. Ooh, that feels good. I like this. This color is so cute. The last step is the highlighter, which looks beautiful. It looked beautiful when I swatched it. and I just want to put it on my face. That's good stuff. So far, the Subtle Beauty stack is working pretty well. The only major complaint I have is that this concealer and setting powder are not good. I have very creasy under eyes and they just did not work together well. You can literally see all the separation happening under there, and we haven't even been here for like an hour, which sucks. Everything else is working great. I'm gonna wear this stuff on my face for the next 8 hours and check in with you guys at home and then let you know what me thinks. Guys, I made it 8 hours, and as much as I wanted to touch my face and just wipe this all off, I left it on for the sake of this video. It doesn't help that the blush that I put on is a cream blush, and obviously oily skin, creamy blush with no powder on top of that was gonna end up in this. Like, look. Can we see it? Can we see the oils accumulating? The highlight still looks good though. Oof. The creasing under my eyes. Let me just show you. I'll move in closer. Oh boy, like look. I just think that the combination of the very like liquidy, oily concealer and that pressed translucent powder was just, it wasn't gonna work. In terms of how well the products performed, the bronzer, the shine control powder, and the highlighter worked amazingly well. I can definitely see myself reaching for those again. The concealer, on the other hand, sucked. It was really bad. I feel bad because I'm sure that it would look good covering up like any zits or anything like that on the face, but under the eye, oof, girl, it was hot mess express under there. I literally looked like a horror movie. I think I'm just somebody that needs a proper loose powder and creamier, thicker concealer in order for a really smooth under eyes. Even though the lip cheek had a beautiful flush of color to the face, and I liked how long it lasted on my skin, it was amazing. It was just, it's a cream product, and I'm an oily person. That's not a good combo. Because it was a cream product, I just felt like it exaggerated my oil that much more. Like, I wasn't just oily on my T-zone like I usually am, I was oily everywhere I put that blush. I knew the concealer wasn't gonna last the full 8 hours, but I was really surprised when at 8 hours, I could still see the rest of my makeup. The bronzer, the blush, the highlight were still kicking. I was really happy that I could still see the color of my face and it didn't just fade away to nothing. I was a little disappointed in the shade range of the products on Subtle's site. They do a good job of having like a larger range of concealer. I think for a newer indie company, they have a few options, but for the rest, it's usually like 2 options. There's only 1 option for highlighter, so I'm sure they'll expand on that in the future. But for me personally, I think I got shades that matched me pretty well. I wasn't struggling when it came to the shade range part of it. I am not traveling anytime soon other than to my home in New Jersey. So to test its travel friendliness, I kind of just threw it in my backpack and jostled it, like shook it all around to see if it would come apart in my backpack, and surprisingly, it didn't. And I figured that because the packaging on this is really, really sturdy. The pans all screw in really, really tight, and I feel confident that if I threw this in my bag, it wouldn't just pop open and make a huge mess. I love the fact that it's so small, it literally fits into the palm of my hand. Like, I'm holding 5 or 6 products right now, and it can fit into pretty much every bag that I own. I do think that this little stack makeup is worth it if you are somebody that's just tired of hauling all your stuff around all the time and just want a simple solution.